begin the broadcast with some breaking inputs coming in. Now, this is about multiple international media outlets that are reporting that the United States conducted strikes on facilities near Iran's Chabahar free trade zone within the past hour. Military sites have been targeted as per reports near the Chabahar port. Fresh strikes have been reported. Intense explosions were heard near the Chabahar free trade zone as the United States launched fresh airstrikes. And this is a report coming in from Al Jazeera. So multiple international reports coming to fore about a strike near the Chabahar free trade zone. The airstrikes reportedly targeted and struck Iran's military facilities. Now, as far as the free trade zone is concerned, the Chabahar free trade zone is located in Iran's southeastern Sistan and Balochistan province near the border with Pakistan. And intense loud explosions have been heard. That's what we're picking up as per multiple international media reports. Loud explosions heard near the free trade zone in Chabahar. Let's go across to Mayank, who's joining us live from Tel Aviv. US strikes continue in Iran, and what we're given to understand is that military facilities in the Chabahar free trade zone have been targeted.
Yeah, see, any military facility which is located will be targeted by any side, whichever. Iran would also be doing the same thing, actually. It is only to blunt the offensive capabilities of the enemy. And in this case, the operations are going on between Israel, the US and Iran. So what if Chabahar is, and if actually the precise strike are on the military infrastructure, then that would be continuing as such. And it had to be seen that there is no collateral damage, which has been proclaimed by every side that they are only targeting or locating the military facilities or the facilities which are used by the other military of the other side. So in this case, if a military facility has been targeted, which is yet to be, precisely the damage and all has to be precisely informed about. So yes, the kind of, and it is happening since last maybe 7-8 days that the ambit of the entire the targeting has been increasing gradually, and that included the storage capability, the petroleum refineries. Also, initially in the beginning of 2-3 days, even water desalination facilities were also targeted, which stopped gradually.
Absolutely. Now, this is strategically important for India as well. I'm talking about the Chabahar port and how heavily India has invested in this particular region.
It happens to be gateway for India towards Central Asia. So in that regard, it is the term strategically important is absolutely precise to describe that. And even Chinese have got a facility which is close by in that area only, and happening to be a economic zone, then it can create an issue, because Iran would also now start targeting certain places which might expand its targets to facilities which are economically important for the other side. I mean, let us assume that it doesn't happen, that the warfare or the kind of targeting it spirals out into the areas which gradually increases the entire envelope of strikes, because that will create lots of collateral damages, and that will spiral into major kind of damages, which will include not only the facilities, then people might also get stuck in that all.
Absolutely. Now, India, of course, is talking about boosting its economy, and for that, a stable trade route is extremely important. If the strikes continue in this particular area, that could mean that it will have an impact on countries that have their interest in the region. That, of course, includes India as well. And like you said, it provides us an access to Afghanistan, to Europe as well.
Yeah. And see, you brought out a very significant point, because energy is a strategic requirement of the country for its development, manufacturing, and every sphere in the country, and for its economic boost up. And since last few days, and we have successfully diplomatically been able to get our tankers, with gas tankers, to be passing through that narrow passage of Persian Gulf. Now, having said that, your 20% of energy is met from that side, and 20% is a huge requirement of the country. Not only that, it can expand the ambit of, the country is getting embroiled into this complete warfare, can expand further. So we have to see gradually. As far as now immediate is concerned, we have been successful diplomatically, but then future has to give us the kind of evidences wherein we'll be able to maintain our facilities. Fuel as such all across the world has been creating issues now. Ripple effect has started coming out because even International Energy Agency is raising its strategic reserves. So we have to see that it doesn't spiral out into such a way that complications increase, and that would ultimately is going to hit the people, masses of the country.
Absolutely.
Which
it has already started affecting regional shipping and maritime activity. Mayank, stay on with us. We also have Rajan Kochar, defense expert, joining us in the broadcast. At the moment, we are specifically talking about the explosions that were heard near the Chabahar Free Trade Zone. Military sites there have been targeted. But the moment you talk about Chabahar, what comes to mind, of course, is how heavily India is invested in the region and how strategically important this port and this region is for India.
Yes, it's absolutely, you're absolutely right. We have invested $500 million into this port, and we have taken a lease from Iran for a period of 10 years. And it is the gateway to Central Asia, as they call it, the north-south transport corridor. Also it connects, and our whatever the way we want to help Afghanistan and we want to get into the Central Asian republics, so that's a gateway for us from there. And Gwadar is in close proximity to Chabahar, so Chinese is there in Gwadar. So we had a fairly good hold of Chabahar, and we were allowed 6 months by the Americans at that point of time, after the month of April, to continue our work in Chabahar. But we sort of exited from there in view of the prevailing situation. But the bombing of Chabahar, I think, is a setback which I think America should avoid. And if America has not targeted the infrastructure which we have created,
yes.
I think from your news, it is only the military targets which have been targeted. I think that should not affect us right now, but we are equally concerned because we have a sizable investment there, and we would not like America is supposedly an ally of ours, and we would not like Americans to target our areas, where this work has been done with the private company in collaboration with the
But at the moment, what we're picking
Iraq.
up is that these are military facilities that have been targeted in the Chabahar Free Trade Zone. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us.